Okay, I'll give you a brief introduction to St Mary's House in Bramber. The origins go back to William the Conqueror. When they had conquered this country, he gave a big portion of land there to Philip de Broys. When he died in 1125, I believe it was, his widow gave the land to the Knights Templar, who used it as a resting point. The present building was built in 1470 by the Bishop of Winchester, which was William of Waynflete. It's quite an interesting place of it. They don't let you video or photograph inside, but although it's a small house, it's well worth the visit, well worth looking. The King's Room, incidentally, is called so because King Charles II was hidden there on his after the defeat at the Battle of Worcester in 1651, and he was hid there. In fact, there's lots and lots of tunnels underneath that they use for various hiding places during the I suppose you'd say when Catholicism was considered a crime in this country, when Henry VIII was doing his purge. So lots of hiding going on back in them days. But yeah, it's well worth a visit. Hour at the minimum, probably 2.5 hours. We were there for a couple of hours. So it's the 13th of June 2024, and we've just come across on a historic houses card to St Mary's House and Gardens in Bramber, just to see what it's like. And this is just as we come in the entrance for the gardens or toward the house. They've got problems today as well. The internet's down, so people that have turned up here to pay to come in to visit can't do so, whereas luckily enough we've got the historic houses card, and that gets us in. So apparently there was a building on this site as early as, I believe, 1120. Don't quote me exactly on that, but definitely early 12th century, a Knights Templar place. And then this place was built originally in 1470. Sadly, not allowed to video or photograph inside the house, but it's definitely worth the visit. There's a lot of interesting artifacts to see, and a lot of interest in decor, furniture, all sorts. Yeah, it's definitely worth a look. Obviously, one of the gardens. Oh, there's a tea room and a secret Victorian garden, by all accounts. Obviously the back end of the house. Oh yeah. Huh. Hello, little pussycat. Oh, we seem to be heading towards the tea room. Just had a cuppa. Now we're going to follow the arrows to the secret garden. Apparently this area was sold off some years back for the owners of the house to be able to pay for renovations to the house, and this ground then sat unused for 50 odd years, and current owners purchased it back in the 90s and have gradually been restoring the garden since then. There's Diane enjoying looking at the garden. Quite pretty, and it's lovely to hear the birds singing. Looks like there's still a lot of ground to be used. The flowers in the garden are a reflection of the stars in the sky.
Get through down the bottom here.
Yeah. It's a nice feature. Eh? Alright, let's see what this says. The King's Garden, opened by His Royal Highness, or Her Royal Highness I should say, Princess Alexandra of Kent, on Tuesday 30th of May 2017. It's planted with a sapling grandson of the famous Boscobel oak in which Charles II hid after the Battle of Worcester in 1651, designed by Roger Linton MBE. To commemorate the King's escape through Bramber village on his way to exile in France. His return to England in 1660 celebrated the restoration of the Stuart monarchy. Oh, a little pond or something, I would think. I think we've pretty much walked around the gardens now. It's quite nice here, actually. It's been a better visit than I expected. I thought, we'd probably only be here half an hour or so, but yeah, it's nice. Beehives don't look like they're in use. Back out of there. Nice just sitting here, listening to the waterfall. Quite pleasant, yeah. Something there about the sundial, who presented it to him. Apparently this was at one time a rural museum, but it's closed. As you can see, the building is deemed unsafe, and obviously nothing really to see in here. So apparently this tree is Ginkgo biloba, a living fossil tree, the oldest species of deciduous tree in the world, once thought to be extinct. The ginkgo began its life in prehistoric times, some 200 million years ago, before the coming of the dinosaurs. This beautiful tree has quite remarkable medicinal properties. Planted in the 1840s, our example is considered to be a particularly fine specimen and is famed for its spectacular autumn colour. Hey? Oh, okay, I'll come round there with you. Diane seems to think she's found another little garden here, and this is the Ginkgo biloba. Quite a tree. And let's follow Diane and see if she has found anything else. The thing is with the grounds here at St Mary's, they're sort of spread out a little bit. Look. Anything else?
Dead rat.
Oh, dead rat.
Oh, mouse.
How pleasant. Or mouse, yeah. Playing his flute. Hang on, you all right there? Yeah. So, did you think it was worth a visit, Diane?
Yeah.
You enjoyed it? Inside the house as well as the garden?
Yeah, the inside. The garden's not
not huge, but they're very nice and pretty, and there's some really interesting stuff in the house, isn't there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've been here about an hour and a half, and we've covered. We had a fairly good look inside the house and a pretty good look around the gardens. Obviously, you could spend a bit less, or you could spend a bit more time in there. Depends if you want to read about everything you see, or just the things that interest you. But yeah, I would say you want between minimum of an hour and probably up to a couple of hours here. So, and it's worth it. here.
Wasn't that far?
Oh.
Oh,
Let's have a look in here.
look, there's a car's club.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, we're back to square one.
Oh no, we're back to square. That's the trouble. You sort of walk round one way and yeah. That it then, you think? Uneven paths can be slippery when wet, apparently. Right.
I'm dating on.
We're done, are we?